Alright guys, man, I was scrolling through Instagram and I see ESPN MMA posted a caption saying that there's only been 9 men UFC #1 pound for pound fighters since the rankings were first instituted in 2013, and they listed the name of these fighters named Islam Makhachev, John Bones Jones, Alexander Volkanovski, Kamaru Usman, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Daniel Cormier, Demetrius Johnson, Jose Aldo, and Anderson Silva. And now guys, I'm going to sit here and say this right now. None of these guys on the list can even amount to a single hair of that what John Jones has done. John Jones is an absolute savage. I'm tired of you Khabib fans, you Khabib suck-offs saying that Khabib is the GOAT. Khabib didn't fight anybody. Anybody that was even able to even defend what he was able to do. He had no competition against that wrestling thing. And he was the first born-bred wrestler to really implement that Russian style of wrestling, I will say. So it was the new thing, a new puzzle to figure out. But let's go ahead and look at the fighters he's fought to even give him a look of some type of submission defense, some grappling defense, of anything of that sort. Justin Gaethje, a guy that never goes ahead. He's a wrestler, by the way, but he never wants to take anybody down. So we're not counting Justin Gaethje. Dustin Poirier, an absolute jobber. We're not worried about Dustin Poirier. Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor at that point, he fought Floyd Mayweather. He wasn't even the cloud of even thinking about a wrestler going ahead and doing that to him. And this is not me taking anything away from Khabib Nurmagomedov. He is an absolute savage. But this lets you know, like, he's fought nobody to really show you, like, okay, I can defend this. I can fight this and give you more. There were nobody on this list. The only person that really brought some oomph to him was Conor McGregor, and that was within the build up to the fight. So for that reason alone, you little fuckers, I don't want to hear Khabib Nurmagomedov is better than John Jones. Shut up on that. So let's go ahead into the next person that thinks he's better than John Jones. And this guy right here, I will say he is a close up. I will say if anybody is able to try to meet John Jones to the top but would never surpass him, it's this guy right here. The only way I will say this is if John Jones loses to Tom Aspinall, it's up in the air for Islam Makhachev. But as long as John Jones has never lost a goddamn fight a day in his life, Islam Makhachev would never compare to him because he has that loss against who? A nobody named Adriano Martinez. Martins, whatever the fuck you call him. Alright? Just for that loss alone, you would never mount up to that. It's like the Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes thing. You know what I'm saying? You have Tom Brady, you have Patrick Mahomes. Both of them are great. You'll give them that. But since Tom Brady beat Mahomes in the Super Bowl, Mahomes can have 8 rings for all I care. Tom Brady, as an old man, beat you. And it's just one of those scenarios that he lost. You know, just can never reach John Jones for that reason alone. No matter how much good, no matter how much people you beat, you just can't reach up to that John Jones level because somebody's able to get out of that cage and beat you. You know, same thing as what Dana White said. You know, John Jones is a guy, you can lock him in a room with any man and he's coming out that room. In that fight against Adrian Martins, he came out of that room and Islam didn't. So for that reason alone, he is not nowhere near the level of John Jones. Demetrius Johnson. Let's go ahead and get into Demetrius Johnson. Don't know much about Demetrius Johnson. I'm not going to act like I know much. I haven't really seen much of Demetrius Johnson. I've really seen him fight more on one more than the UFC. So it's not really much for me to say to Demetrius Johnson. I will say, just off the record and off the people he's beat, I will say this dude is an absolute legend. A lot of title defenses. And he did his thing in the UFC. Don't know much about his career, so I can't really say much. Daniel Cormier will never meet up to John Jones from the #1 pound for pound rankings. Yes, he was a double champ. Yes, that looks cool. But he will never meet up to John Jones. If you've seen that fight between Daniel Cormier and John Jones, ooh, the way John Jones put the smacking on him. Fight #1, John Jones, the way he invested in the body. Daniel Cormier was a guy that was never able to be taken down, and John Jones did that to Daniel Cormier. He did that, and he took him out of the goddamn way. You understand me? So, really think about it like that. A wrestler, stocky, a guy that's never been taken down, versus John Jones, a guy that just took him down with ease, like, hold on. And everybody was with awe. And fight number 2, we all knew what happened there. They say John Jones was on some other effing steroids. No, he was just that good. He knocked Daniel Cormier's head loose, finished the fight, and that was it. Now, I will say, no, we're gonna talk about that when we get to the John Jones thing. But Daniel Cormier, great fighter, a guy that fought for the belt plenty of times, and a guy that defended the belt and did great things in his career. But nah. We're gonna talk about John Jones last. We're gonna talk about those meetups, those matchups he had last. Trust me, we got him right here. We're saving him for last. But we have Kamaru Usman, the second runner-up in my opinion. But having those 3 losses, to those 2 losses to Leon Edwards, to me, killed them for surpassing GSP. And taking that loss to Chimaev killed them too. But it didn't really make a huge stain like those 2 losses to Leon Edwards. But this guy right here, if it wasn't for John Jones, he would be my number 2. For you to go ahead and take out Tyron Woodley for the champ, RDA, hold on. For you to take out RDA, Damian Maia, Sean Strickland, Jorge Masvidal, knocked them. It was Okay. It was a knockout. I was about to say, I didn't see that first fight. That was unanimous decision. Wow, I didn't know he won the first fight unanimous. Gilbert Burns, Kobe Covington. So, for that reason, like, those are big name fighters. And I'll have him at that number 2 spot. Isn't the most flashiest guy to watch, but I have him at the number 2 spot. Volkanovski, besides John Jones, is my favorite fighter. I don't have him above Kamaru Usman, but he is at that 3rd place spot. And this dude right here is an absolute tactician, a technician, whatever the hell you want to call it. This dude picks you apart. And this is why I have Max Holloway losing to Ilia Topuria. Because Volkanovski beat him 3 times. He dominated 3 times. I mean, not 3 times. He dominated that 3rd fight. And you mean to tell me now all of a sudden, and we're doing simple MMA math, all of a sudden Max Holloway could go in and be a favorite against Ilia Topuria? Volkanovski is just that good. And he actually pieced him up and beat him badly all 3 fights. The first fight in the Apex was a close fight, if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, Volkanovski was that boy. He took out Jose Aldo, Chad Mendes, Chan Sung Jung, Brian Ortega in that amazing fight. He went tooth and nail with Islam in that first fight. Beat Yair. So this dude right here is an absolute animal. He's fought in that Lions Den, and I gotta give him credit. And we have Jose Aldo. I mean, after that Conor McGregor loss, I know a lot of people are still showing Jose Aldo love, but my love for Jose Aldo has dropped a lot after that Conor McGregor loss, and he lost in a snap. And it's not his fault. It is what it is. But my stock for him dropped, and his reign would never even be an inch of what John Jones has done. Now let's go to John Jones. All you see is straight W. Now this loss right here wasn't a KO, TKO like Islam. This is a DQ because John Jones killed the man in there. And you hear me? That's how he had that loss. But let's go ahead and talk about it. He has a no contest too. So he's 27-1-1. If I'm not, they didn't count the 1-1. Okay. But a lot of people saying Tom Aspinall can meet up with John Jones. John Jones, just take the Stipe fight and retire. There's no reason why I need to fight this Tom Aspinall. Why is he fighting him for? Tom, a new guy that hasn't done much. He's not even promoting the sport. He's not going to sell hella tickets. Like, who cares about this guy? You know what I'm saying? Who cares about this guy? John Jones went into the cage and defeated Cyril Gane in like a minute. Defeated him in a minute, in a snap. Like, what just happened? And you mean to tell me Tom Aspinall can defeat John Jones? Are you kidding me? He fought Survey now if he were to beat my boy I don't know why I'm forgetting his name. I don't know why I'm forgetting the heavyweight name. If Tom Aspinall beat a heavyweight, like Stipe Miocic and made it a kill. Like Tom, not even, I wouldn't even say Stipe. Tom Aspinall just haven't really shown me that you're a killer instinct. Yeah, he's gotten a knockout. He's gotten to that point faster than the other opponent, but he hasn't shown me that killer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to make you bleed out, and this is what Jon Jones has done, and this is what Jon Jones is going to do to him. You guys, I'm trying to really explain this the best way I can. Explain this to you the way Jon Jones will annihilate this dude. So stop comparing Jon Jones to Tom Aspinall. Stop saying these dudes can meet up with each other, because no, Jon Jones will annihilate him, and it's not worth his time. So Jon Jones, I suggest you retire after the Stipe fight. And if you want to take the Tom Aspinall fight, I will be putting heavy money on Jon Jones. But Dominic Reyes made it a tough night out. Dominic Reyes is a tough night out for anybody. That's just what it is. I gotta give Dominic Reyes credit where credit was due. But Jon Jones came out with the win. Thiago Santos, you already know what Jon Jones did with that. Wasn't the best fight in the world, but Jon Jones did what he had to do. Anthony Smith absolutely murdered him. Alexander Gustafsson, this was a KO TKO. Wow, I didn't know he did that the second fight. I knew it was a amazing first fight, but the second fight came out to a KO TKO. Wow. And then Daniel Cormier, I don't have to explain that to you. St. Preux, that's when Daniel Cormier thought, oh yeah, Jon Jones was a shell of himself after he fought St. Preux. Beat Glover Teixeira, a guy that won the belt at 40 years old, so that makes that win a little bit, much way more better. Chael Sonnen, he beat Victor Belfort, Rashad Evans, Lyoto Machida, Quentin Johnson, Mauritian Shogun Rua, Ryan Bader. This dude has fought the creme of the creme. And you mean to tell me Tom Aspinall can hang with this dude? Stop it, guys. Like the video, subscribe. If you want to see more of this type of MMA content, let me know. I will be doing it regardless, but like the video, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about it. It's your boy Fetti MMA.